Moses and the Red Sea, the legendary escape. Imagine this. A vast desert at night, the sky glowing with stars, and a mass of terrified people marching into darkness. They are exhausted. They are starving. And behind them, echoing like thunder, comes the sound of thousands of chariots. This is the moment when an entire nation stood between life and death. And it's the moment when one of history's most legendary miracles is said to have happened. The parting of the Red Sea. But what if the story is far more dramatic, political, and human than you ever imagined? Let's dive into the real world, the legends, the archaeology, and the mystery surrounding Moses, and the night the sea allegedly split in two. 1. The escape begins. The story starts in Egypt, a country ruled by a king who believed he was a god. For centuries, the Israelites lived there not as free citizens, but as forced laborers. Moses, raised in the royal palace as an Egyptian prince, returns decades later with a message. Let my people go. Egypt refuses. 10 plagues strike. The Nile turns red. Locusts devour the land. Darkness covers Egypt. And finally, after the death of the firstborns, Pharaoh relents. The Israelites begin their escape, hundreds of thousands of men, women, children, and elderly people, carrying what little they can. They march day and night, guided by Moses, and, according to the biblical story, by a mysterious pillar of cloud by day and pillar of fire by night. But while they flee, Pharaoh changes his mind. He wants them back. So he unleashes his elite chariot corps, the most powerful military force in the ancient world. 2. Trapped against the water. After days of running, the Israelites reach the shores of a large body of water, called in Hebrew Yam Suf, often translated as the Red Sea. But there's a problem. There is no bridge, no boats, no way around, and an entire empire closing in behind them. Imagine the fear. Imagine thousands of people staring at the waves, knowing the most powerful army in existence is moments away. The people turn on Moses. They accuse him of leading them to death. Panic spreads through the camp. And then, silence. Moses steps forward. He raises his staff. This is the moment every epic movie tries to recreate. This is the moment legends are born. 3. The sea parts. The text says a strong east wind blew all night. Not a minute. Not a dramatic instant. But hours of violent wind. Slowly, the water pulls back. The sea floor appears. A corridor of land opens up. To the Israelites, this is salvation. To the Egyptians, it's impossible. Thousands of people rush forward, families, animals, carts, walking into a pathway surrounded by walls of water. Whether literal walls, shallow marsh, tidal effect, or something supernatural. The meaning is clear. They are escaping an empire. 4. The Egyptians follow. No general in history would ever order troops into a collapsing water corridor. But Pharaoh does. Maybe it's pride. Maybe rage. Maybe he wants revenge for the plagues. Whatever the reason, the Egyptian chariot division charges forward into the seabed. And suddenly, the ground turns thick and muddy. Wheels jam. Horses panic. Chariots crack apart. The Israelites reach the far shore. Moses turns. He raises his staff one final time. The water collapses. The army of the strongest empire on earth disappears beneath the waves. And in that moment, a group of former slaves becomes something new. A people with a destiny. 5. But did it really happen? Now the question that fascinates historians, archaeologists, and scientists. Is there any truth behind the story? Surprisingly, maybe yes. Theory 1. Wind setdown effect. NASA scientists have shown that under perfect conditions, a strong, sustained wind can cause water in shallow coastal areas to pull back dramatically, exposing land temporarily. Exactly as the biblical passage describes. When the wind stops, the water rushes back instantly. It's rare, but scientifically possible. Theory 2: Reed Sea, not Red Sea. Some scholars argue the event happened not at the deep Red Sea but at a marshy lake north of it known as the Sea of Reeds. In such areas, storms or winds can shift water rapidly. The Hebrew words Yam Suf literally mean Reed Sea, not necessarily a deep ocean. Theory 3: Tsunami plus tidal withdrawal. Others argue a distant volcanic eruption, possibly on Santorini, could have created a sudden withdrawal of water followed by a massive return wave. This too matches the sequence. Land appears unexpectedly. Water returns with destructive force. Theory 4: Symbolic narrative. Some historians argue the story is symbolic, a dramatic retelling of a real escape event that later became mythologized. To a fleeing people, any escape from a powerful empire could feel miraculous. 6. The legacy. Whether literal miracle, natural phenomenon, or historical memory transformed over centuries, the impact of the Red Sea story is unquestionable. For over 3,000 years, it has symbolized freedom from oppression, hope against impossible odds, deliverance when all seems lost. Revolutionaries, enslaved peoples, civil rights leaders, and oppressed groups throughout history have looked to Moses as inspiration. The event shaped Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Western civilization itself. And in storytelling terms, it is simply legendary. 7. The human story behind the miracle. It's easy to focus solely on the sea, the miracle, or the special effects in Hollywood movies. But the real power of this story lies in the people. Imagine being there, carrying your children across a wet seabed, hearing the roar of chariots behind you, feeling the wind tearing at your clothes, running for your life through a path that could vanish at any moment. These were not warriors, not trained soldiers, not heroes from myth. They were ordinary people, terrified, exhausted, desperate for freedom. And that's what makes the story so powerful. Whether you see it as history, faith, legend, or metaphor, it's the moment when a group of powerless people stepped into the unknown and found a way to survive. 8. Closing narrative. As dawn breaks over the far shore, the Israelites turn around. The sea is calm again, silent, as if nothing happened. But everything has changed. Behind them, the empire that once controlled their lives is gone. Ahead of them, a wilderness, a future, a promise. And Moses, standing alone at the water's edge, stares into the horizon. Because he knows this miracle is only the beginning.